Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Marie-Eleana. I am a certified and registered transference healing practitioner and teacher, coming to you today this evening rather, from downtown Manhattan, New York City. And Alexis Cartwright is the anchor, channel, and founder of Transference Healing. I'm the facilitator of LyonHart-Amrie, and what I'm about to talk about today is based on the teachings of Alexis Cartwright. Thank you all for tuning in. A warm welcome to you today, wherever you are in the world. It could be the daytime, it could be the evening time. It's fascinating, all the different time zones going on. So I have been feeling for a while that I need to do a video and talk. It's been quite some time since I've done one. We've been in the midst of the COVID-19 global pandemic crisis here in New York City. Started really in March. It was very intense. So many souls getting sick and departing the earth. Quite a few have departed, and of course the COVID-19 global pandemic is all over the world right now and affecting the rest of the states and some other countries, and it's been quite an intense time. The other thing that's going on energetically is the Lionsgate portal that opened up July 26th through August 8th, and it's always a challenging time and pushes us to undertake new beginnings and do new things. So that's kind of the backdrop as to what's been going on and what's going on. So what I love about transference healing, so you know, is that I feel that it gives me tools, that it helps me bring into the definition the tools that are there for us in the universe to make us better people, to support us energetically, to grow and enrich our lives. It connects the tools of the universe with the tools that we have inside of us already. And I believe that we all have the ability to do that. And transference healing brings into high definition that the universe gives us so many things to support us energetically in nature, the planets, the elements of the earth. And we have so many things inside of us energetically, including the energy of our heart and our feelings and all of that to support us. And so this is what I find amazing, truly amazing about transference healing. And this is why I've been practicing this energy, because I feel that it really works and it supports me energetically. So I've been writing about my post. I've done a lot of writing, but not a lot of videoing. And I've been working on building an energetic toolbox, because as I've said, tools of the universe, tools inside of us. And this energetic toolbox is to really bring into focus, why exactly do I use these procedures for myself? When and where and why? And so I've been trying to think and help define myself as to when to pull that out of the toolbox. And I wanted to explain to you, to break it down to you, and maybe you'll find it useful too, and it will help energetically support you and just make you feel better about things. So today I'm going to talk to you about the Dragon Power procedure and lead you through a procedure with it, an actual guided meditation, so you can experience it yourself. The Dragon Power procedure, to start with, was channeled through by Alexis to support her when she was developing her own psychic and spiritual gifts. So when she was growing into her power, she channeled through this exercise to protect her. And part of what the Dragon Power procedure does is to provide an energetic shield against the counteracts negativity and psychic attack, and also impacts of the earth changes, and we're really undergoing a lot of the earth changes. It also helps to build our energy levels as well. So that's pretty amazing. There's so much to this energetic procedure. that I'm going to cover today, but just generally a couple guidelines as to when you can practice this procedure. You're either feeling really run down, depleted, either physically, emotionally, or energetically. This is a good procedure to run. Big one. You are being drawn into power plays or conflict. You know, there's a lot of power going on in New York City. And so this is something, you know, power plays, conflict, in professional life or in personal life too. But it's a big one, as it's human nature in a way to almost jockey for power and, yeah, to perhaps maybe dominate or control even. It's a big one. You are feeling under attack, either psychically or otherwise. You're undergoing a spiritual initiation. You wish to embody the attributes of divine will, and so you can trace true to your heart and your higher self rather than your ego or your lower self. This is a big one. When you need to maintain your sense of self-worth and your empowered state of being, we call that holding your light. So this procedure can be performed as often as you require, and if you're feeling especially depleted, impacted, unwell, or undergoing a spiritual initiation of some kind, it can be, and it's recommended, it could be practiced multiple times a day. So it's extremely important to note that the procedure must only be used to empower and protect you. It must be performed with humility and integrity, and must never be used to attack others. And if this procedure is used with negative intent, the energetic force will be reflected back on the person responsible. So if you use this procedure to attack someone, that's a no-no. It's only to protect you. That will be reflected and it will backfire on you. So just keep that in mind. So, as we begin to master our own power center, you know, we come into our power and we grow as human beings, which, you know, we're on a spiritual quest or we're just in a quest to be better human beings. We grow in our power. And I'm saying power in a good way, not by bullying or, you know, stomping on people to get ahead. I'm just saying we go along and we do our own things, and we're growing as human beings. And if we're really acting in integrity, we can really emanate such, I would call it divine, or really wonderful qualities that can be confronting to other people. They don't understand what's going on with us, you know. People maybe see us in a certain way, being in a little corner, all humble, over here. And then when we're growing, whoa, that can be like, hey, wait a minute, when did you take off and become all that? Why did you do that? So out of ignorance or fear, the people can project judgment or insecurity or anger towards us. So that's not good, right? We don't want people to project that because we're trying to grow. All of that could maybe keep us down and keep us small. To say, hey, what are you doing? Who do you think you are? You know, don't you remember the time when you were a kid and you did blah, blah, blah? You know, they take you back to wherever, or they might say aggressive stuff or condescending things. And we just really don't want that, do we? Not when we're trying to better ourselves. And so it's important for us to protect ourselves from negative projection. And I'm actually going to talk to you in a little bit about where that negative projection might come from. You might be surprised. It might be the people that you least expect do that to you, that you would not think would do that to you, but they're really surprised and they do that to you. So we have to take care of ourselves against that, and we have to ensure that we always think and act integrity, okay? Because if we are out of integrity, that's going to prevent us from growing and stun our growth, and we don't want to do that. Now, I must also advise you, in my discussion, you must note that this is only limited to psychic energy attacks, emotional, energetic. I'm not going to discuss any physical attacks here on the body or any unwanted touching by people. They're really out of the scope of this discussion and the use of the dragon power technique in my discussion today. So this is just energetic, emotional words. Nothing to do with physical or unwanted touching, okay? That's outside of the scope of this discussion, just so you know. So the kind of energetic confrontation or judgment can be tantamount to a psychic attack, and it can occur in a variety of settings and manifest in different forms, and you may be surprised. You might not even expect it, because we don't expect people that love and care about us to do that, but you'd be surprised. So I'm going to cover a couple of things. These psychic attacks can occur either in our personal or professional lives. Yes, they can. In our personal lives, the energetic attacks or judgment or confrontation can happen with our family members. Can you believe that? I know. Yes, with our spouses, our siblings, our parents, or with our friends, even our dear friends, our acquaintances, or perhaps even strangers. You would think it might happen with strangers before people that love and care about us, but you would be surprised. You know, in our professional life, we could have confrontation or judgment projected onto us by our colleagues, our bosses, our clients, our customers, or people who hold greater positions of authority from us, or even people that we supervise or manage. So this confrontation could happen in both our personal and professional lives. It could bombard us. Here we are trying to grow and better ourselves, and we could be getting negative projections from different kinds of people in a different variety of ways. So I'm about to discuss some of this to help you maybe identify what's going on. So let's start out with your family members and friends. As you grow and evolve and come into your power using your spiritual gifts and developing any of your gifts and talents, it could be whatever. It could be painting, it could be drawing, it could be dancing, it could be hula hooping, it could be baking, it could be singing, it could be writing, it could be directing, it could be anything that is making you grow. It could be exercising, anything that is making you grow, or learning to play the piano, or learning a new instrument. It could be anything. As you grow and you get better, and your confidence and ability, and you radiate that out, well, this can be upsetting and confusing to your family members, believe it or not. Yes, because they're used to seeing you one way, just maybe kind of meek and humble and unsure of yourself, and that makes them feel okay that you're just very meek and humble. And when you radiate this, they say, hey, wait a minute, what's going on? You know, what's going on? And they see you, you know, perhaps being easy to walk on, or you know, that you don't have boundaries, that you can be pushed around. And then when you take more self-care and take pride, you can say, wait a minute, I don't want to be treated like that, you know, excuse me, you know, it's time for me to go practice my whatever, you know, I can't drop everything that I'm doing and run to help you, you know, I deserve this attention for myself, this time for myself. I'll help you when I'm done. But maybe they're not used to that. Maybe they're used to you just coming to their aid whenever, and when you don't do that because you want to focus on yourself and better yourself a little bit and take some time for you, they can say, hey, wait a minute, that's not cool, you know, why aren't you paying attention to me? Okay, so they could be jealous of that, and they could be jealous that you're growing in your craft, that you're evolving so good and looking, wow, I can't do that, they might say, you know, I can't sing like that, or you know, do whatever, you know, they could be jealous of that. They're not used to seeing you like that. And also, maybe you're no longer commiserating with them, you know, in misery. You're saying, wait a minute, I'm going to stop my complaining, and I'm just going to better myself. And this could be just really, really confusing to them. when you're going into your power. So people lash out and attack for a variety of reasons. Well, they could have low self-esteem, they could be jealous, they could wish to make themselves feel better, to make other people like them even, to make themselves feel important, to get attention, or to try to feel in control. They may have displaced their anger towards you, or perhaps they want to manipulate or weaken your resolve to go forward. They don't like that about you. They don't like the new you. They want you to stay where you are because that makes them feel comfortable. You feeling small makes them feel better because they want to stay small and they don't want to grow. Perhaps they have a negative outlook on life, or they're pessimistic or cynical, and they do not like your positivity. Maybe they want to comfort or reassure themselves, and they want to tear you down, to not feel good about the accomplishments that you're doing, and they don't want other people to grow, and they just want you to stay at the same level. So this confrontation or judgment or psychic attack could take the form of little digs at you, belittling you, making fun of you, putting you down directly, or passive aggressive behavior. Or it could just be having negative thoughts towards you, or maybe people talking about you behind your back. But these thoughts, feelings, and words are energy, and energy is real and tangible, and it can be felt. So, you know, you can pick up on that. You know, the thoughts are projected out into the air and they're waves, and our bodies are receptors, and they can pick this up. So you might not know exactly what's being said about you, but you can feel another person's energy if they're bristling with anger or hostility, or even if the words are said. You know, you can feel that, and that doesn't feel good. So let's talk about now our professional lives, how that judgment and confrontation or psychic attacks can manifest in our professional lives. And by the way, going back to the personal lives, your loved ones might not even be aware that they're doing this. They might deny it. They might not even be aware of themselves because they're suppressing these emotions and they can't be honest to themselves. And so you might, you know, even try to talk to them about it, and they're not willing to come forward and say what they're doing because they're suppressing the emotions. They want to suppress where they're at. They don't want to admit things because it's maybe kind of hard to admit that I have low self-esteem, or, you know, I'm angry that you're moving forward. Like, they might not even understand themselves as to why they're angry. But let's turn our attention to judgment, confrontation, or psychic attacks in our professional lives. So we could have this projected into us by our colleagues, our bosses, our clients, our customers, or people who hold greater positions of authority than us. Or even it could come from people that we supervise or manage. Even that, you know, people that we are responsible for. Again, as I mentioned, as we begin to develop our own unique gifts and talents, we emanate unique divine attributes that can result in the projection of judgment, insecurity, or anger. People could say, well, who does she think she is? She's just a woman. She's younger than me. Boy, look at the color of her skin, or the background that they came from. Why do they think they're all that? How dare they come forward with that? How dare they? You know, these could be the things. People feel really confused and threatened when people come into their own power, especially if they see you as less than a person than them. And then again, it could be all subconscious. We have so many isms, don't we? We have racism, we have sexism, we have feminism, we have ageism, and all of that stuff, you know, is how we're perceived, and people can automatically assume that we're less than because of this. So this anger comes out perhaps because people feel like they'll lose control of a situation or an environment, or they have preconceived notions, and that's again based on their age, their race, their gender, you know, who people are and how they should act. How dare they? You know, it's like a subconscious kind of thing going in the background. And some people, they're just unwilling to listen to another alternate point of view, because you know those people, they know everything. They know everything. They have the answers to everything. They know everything. You can't tell them anything, because, and certainly if you're younger than them, if you're a different skin color than them, if you are a different gender than them, you can't tell them anything. Do you know what I mean about people like that? You know, they just don't want to hear it. They don't want to be pointed out as being wrong, because their opinion is the best and they know everything, and that's the way it is. How many people do we know like this, right? It can be very intimidating, and yeah, it can be very frustrating to encounter people like that. And as we grow into our power, you know, those kind of people, they just want to silence you more, because they can see real power emanating, and it's just too scary, the thought of losing control. So additionally, a brief word on microaggressions. Some people may find themselves subject to microaggressions, and microaggressions are a statement, action, or incident regarded as an instance of indirect, subtle, or unintentional discrimination against members of a marginalized group, such as a racial or ethnic minority. So how many of you out there experience that because you're a racial or ethnic minority? And it, like I said, it can be younger people, you know, or it can be older people experiencing a microaggression even too, because they're not quite at that say, middle range. Or it could be because of the gender, because of a woman, or even sexual orientation could be a microaggression, because you're just perceived generally as less than. You're not the standard quo, you're not the norm, and here you are coming into your power. So as we come into this more, so here we have all this underlying context of whatever we are, and here we are blooming. We're actually overcoming all this pressure, this oppression to stay down, and we're blooming, and people are like, whoa, what's going on, you know? As we come into a more empowered state, developing our gifts and talents, as we can see, we can become subject to more scrutiny by the people whom we interact with in our day-to-day lives. This could be even like your childhood friends, you know, who see you as like really small, you know, and they just will always see, or even your mom and dad, I hate to say, or people who take care of you, you know, who took care of you growing up. Here you were as a child, you know, maybe a certain way, and then now you're blooming. Wow. They can say, wait a minute, my baby grew up. My baby's not supposed to be like that. Or my friend, you know, I knew when he was or she was on the block, and wait a minute, what do you think you're doing? You're growing up, you think you're better than us, you think you're all that. How many of us have heard these things, or how many of you out there have heard these things as you come into your power? So here comes the dragon power procedure. What does it do? It's a valuable energetic procedure or tool, because, you know, when we have these negative energy or thoughts coming at us, we can feel it. And so it's like, oh, you know, we're leaking energy, maybe trying to placate people, or really kind of brush it off, or accept their unacceptable behavior or comments. Again, this is just like words, comments, or aggressions. I'm not talking about physical behavior or unwanted touching. Again, I have to say that this discussion is limited, but, you know, we're trying to comply with how they think we should be or act, so we're acting all meek. That leaks energy, you know, just like, oh yeah, it's nothing, and really kind of talk down how we are around them, because we don't want to confront them, and we don't want them to be uncomfortable, even though they're making us feel uncomfortable. But, you know, we'll just kind of play along, and okay, you know, just kind of be quiet about what we're doing, because we don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. But that leaks energy. That takes energy to do. That's kind of trying to deny who you are and the state of being that you're coming into. And that doesn't feel very good. So what this does it helps, the Dragon Power procedure helps us, prevents us from leaking energy, and it also revitalizes our power center. Woo! You know, it gives us energy. It kind of puts gas into our car, as you could say. You know, it puts nice, I would look at it as green vegetables into our body, you know, or something refreshing, some nutrients that we need. And this is all energetic. And this is so welcome. It just makes us feel so much better. So it protects us from depletion, from feeling run down, and also it enables us to avoid the energetic power plays and conflict coming from other people. It just, oh, the dragon power up, I'm not gonna deal with this, you know, I'm not gonna make myself small to make you feel better, and I'm not gonna feel silenced. I'm not gonna be silenced for your comfort, you know. You have valid points, you're doing valid work in the world, you have gifts and talents. The world wants you, and the universe wants you to develop those, to be the best person you can be. And trying to make yourself small is not going to help develop those gifts and talents. So the other thing that it does is it protects us from, it enables us to avoid energetic power plays and conflict. And it is very useful to those who are psychically or emotionally sensitive, and to people who are especially empathic. They can pick up on every single vibration. You know, I'm sure those out there, you'll walk into a room and you can feel every single motion that is flying around, right? That is and that can happen in the personal environment. It can happen in your professional environment. You might have to be making a presentation in your boardroom, and you can feel the, you know, the board, just, you can feel all the emotions flying around. You know, perhaps they're not receptive to your ideas. It can happen among friends. Perhaps they just think you're getting too big for your britches there. You know, even if you're being very humble, you know, you're just growing and growing and growing. And they're saying, whoa, where is he or she growing? Who do they think they are, you know, leaving us behind? So this can happen in a variety of ways, you know. Perhaps you have to, you know, speak up for a client, and, you know, the powers that be are against it. It can happen in so many ways. It can be really, you know, intimidating when people in positions of authority try to shut you down and shut you up, and they won't listen to you. It can be, yeah, it cannot feel good. Not everybody's going to be supportive out there of your growing, unfortunately. That's just human nature. So anyway, that's where this beautiful tool comes in, because it can revitalize you and it can protect you at the same time. Again, not to be used to attack people. It can only be used to protect yourself. And it must be used with humility and integrity, and must never be used to attack others. If this procedure is used with negative intent, again, its energetic force will be reflected back to that person, and that will be very detrimental. So I hope that this has been a little bit insightful today about the Dragon Power procedure and how it will come into play. You know, I limited it to personal and professional life. Again, just very quickly to recap, you can feel it when you're feeling depleted, run down, either physically, emotionally, or energetically. You're being drawn into power plays or conflict. Somebody's trying to show you up or be better than you or silence you and not listen to you when you have important valid points to get across. You're feeling under attack, psychically or otherwise. You're undergoing a spiritual initiation. Or for those of you ambitious who wish to embody the attributes of divine will, so you can stay true to your heart and to your higher self, and rather than your ego or lower self. This is a wonderful procedure for that. And when you need to maintain your sense of self-worth and your empowered state, this is very important. You know, nobody can put you in a corner or shut you up. You know, you have unique, and as long as you're being respectful towards people and growing and staying in your integrity, then you have a right to your thoughts and feelings, and you have good contributions to make to the world. You know, check in with that. This procedure will help all with that. So now, if you want to pause this video, I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation. And just a real quick thing before this meditation, make sure that you're in a comfortable space where the temperature is comfortable. It's quite hot in here in New York, so we've had the air conditioning running. Or if it's cold in your area, make sure you're warm. Make sure if you get cold, you have, you know, something warm, but you're not too hot or too cold. You might want to pop to the restroom if you need to go before you run this video, and do that. And if you're thirsty, note if you're thirsty, drink some water or something like that. And note your clothes. You know, are you in binding or constricting clothes? Are they too tight? Perhaps if you're wearing a tie or something, take the tie off and button the top of your shirt. And if your shoes are too tight, you know, perhaps you want to even take them off. Be in a place where you're not going to be interrupted, so you can relax, and make sure you're in a comfortable chair, that you're not uncomfortable, so you can just kind of relax and tune in and really focus on this. So if you want to pause this video before starting, and do that, make yourself comfortable in a quiet place where you won't be interrupted. Go ahead and do that now, and I'll see you on the other side, okay? Okay, so until next time, this is just with saying goodbye, and then I'll launch into the guided meditation. Thank you for tuning in today, and I hope you find this Dragon Power Procedure meditation helpful. And you can drop me a line at www.LyonHart-Amrie.com, and you can send me an email there, me@LyonHart-Amrie.com. Yeah, please do. Would love your feedback about this video. So, hi everyone. So now that you're in a quiet, comfortable place and feeling relaxed and comfortable, I would like for you to just quietly and gently close your eyes. Everyone, closing your eyes, gently, gently. So coming into your heart now, this is your time now. Time just for you to relax and be held safe and sound in the energy. And just slowly breathing in and slowly breathing out. Feel yourself just gently, gently letting go. Feel yourself drifting off into your heart, dropping your mind down into your heart. Stilling your mind and feeling the tension leave your body. Any thoughts that drift into your mind, just gently look at them and gently ask that they be released to the light. Drifting off into your heart. Feel yourself dropping your mind down into your heart. Dropping deep into that healing place within your hearts. Dropping deep into that place where you feel love. And feeling the vibration shift and change. Now you're going to see your heart, or feel it beating, and see a gentle white light in your heart. It's glowing, and the glow gets bigger and expands right on out of your body. Gentle white light glowing from your heart. See it getting bigger and bigger, expanding right out of your body and glowing. Now feeling yourself bathed in a gentle, white, pure light. And now in your mind's eye, see a silver ball of light. And with the silver ball of light, see that silver ball of light gently approach your heart. And now you're going to gently in your mind's eye draw a cross right over in the middle of your heart chakra. So see it go from top to bottom, the silver line, top to bottom, coming up to center, and extending out left. Silver line extends out left, coming back through your center, and extending out right to the right, the silver line. Now see a silver ball again, lying gently right over your heart chakra. And now you see that silver ball gently draw with its silver writing, starting clockwise, a silver ball right over your heart chakra. You see it dropping down clockwise, drawing a silver line right over your heart chakra. And just feel yourself in your heart. And now, see another silver ball of light, drawing a large silver cross over your heart. So it's going to go. Draw a heart chakra, or rather a heart over your chakra. So here we go. And you can even take your finger here and do it. Draw a heart with the silver line over your heart chakra. One heart. Or you can place it if you feel more comfortable. And now draw another heart. We're going to do that another time. And now for a third time, you can draw a heart right over your heart chakra, or place it there. And just feel that heart energy. And now, you're going to see, sense, or feel pure white light coming up from your Earth Star chakra. Your Earth Star chakra is located 6 inches beneath your feet. So see the pure white light coming up, starting at the bottom, 6 inches beneath your feet. And now you want to see that come all the way up. See it coming up past your feet and your ankles. Beautiful, pure, radiant white light coming up all the way up past your knees and your legs and your torso, all the way up, 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 with your torso, radiating out with your limbs, your arms, your hands. It's just radiating up your neck. See it going up, all the way up, past your head. Beautiful, pure white light radiating out into the atmosphere. Just see it radiate out. And feel yourself bathed in radiant, pure white light. Just feel that glow. And now, just gently, gently feel yourself grounding back into earth. See that silver ball breaking itself into 2 and connecting, one ball each, connecting to the bottom of each of your feet. And see those silver lines gently draw themselves in and ground themselves into the Earth Star Chakra, which is 6 inches beneath your feet. And feel yourself just physically grounding, coming back into Earth. Gently grounding yourself back into the Earth. Still the lines of force on the bottom of each feet. 6 inches below your feet. Grounding yourself back into the earth. Silver lines of force. And when you are ready, just gently, gently opening your eyes. Okay, everyone, well, welcome back. I thought I would just tune in and say a formal goodbye. I hope that that procedure made you feel better and feel revitalized. I feel better. It's been a very long day in New York City. I'm filming this at the end of a very long day working, actually, and I actually feel better. It's amazing what this technique does. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. This is the longest video I've made so far. Wow. Never cease to amaze myself. So I'm wishing you all a good day, a good evening, wherever you are. Feel free to play this video back. Feel free to share it if you think someone can benefit from it energetically, to make themselves feel better if they're having a particularly challenging time. And I'm available. You can email me again at me@LyonHart-Amrie.com. I welcome your thoughts and feedback. And until next time, I'm wishing you all well. Be safe and stay well, and blessings and light. Bye-bye, everybody.